Listen.
Wonderful, wonderful black women, divested black women, carefree black women, hypergamous black women, living their best lives black women. A lot of you heard the series. So why would I be upset to see divestors happy and carefree? That's one thing somebody said. Oh, it hurts her so bad that divestors they don't care and they're so carefree. Let me ask y'all something. Do these women sound carefree to you? Do they sound happy to you?
Well, honestly, to me, you don't sound too happy. Is it that you're not very happy that they're happy, or what's going on there? I don't know. Personally, to me, I do not like to just categorize everyone into one space on the basis of ideology, maybe. And that's why when I address you, I talk about your ideology. Your ideology in colorism existing. Well, I can disprove that it does exist. Therefore, what you have to say on it is incorrect, right? But that's not the same as saying, oh, do you sound happy or do you sound unhappy? Oh, they all sound unhappy. I wouldn't say all colorism platforms sound unhappy. I do think that the message is not a happy message, that's for sure. It's not a positive message, that's for sure. But I wouldn't say specifically that it's that people who have colorism platforms are specifically unhappy. Continue.
When you listen to their channels, do they sound like they're just living their best lives and nothing bothers them and they're just not angry? Because, I mean, and when you compare the women on each platform, pound for pound, who sounds more divested when it comes to the followers, the supporters?
If you're talking about the followers and supporters, from my experience, the people on your colorism platforms have always been very hateful towards me. And this would apply to both sides. It doesn't matter if they're dark skinned or they're light skinned. They're always really hateful towards brown skinned women, which is the majority of black women. So they're hateful to the main image of black women, the majority of women who look black. They're hateful towards them. And they will invoke different colorism tactics against brown skinned women, invoking the hierarchy to make brown skinned black women feel inferior to light skinned women. Calling brown skinned women bleached, ghost, dead, dying, you look too pasty today, or you look too tan today, or comparing their skin tone to how it looks at another time, or comparing a different part of their body's skin tone to another part of their body, because, with sun exposure, your skin has different colors on it, especially when you're brown skinned, because we tend to have more abilities to tan. So, I mean, there's a lot of colorism on your channel. To be a channel that is supposed to be anti colorism, but you're literally colorist against the majority of black women. So, if you're talking about anger and hate, yes, these people will say it from an angry place, from a hateful place in their hearts. They will like to uh, basically just pile on to, brown skinned black women more than other women, in my experience from your platform. I haven't experienced that on Divested Zealots channel. You know, and I'm not even one to call black men those kinds of names. But they've never come to my, well, not come to my, but I come to their channel, at her channel, and seeing a situation where it seemed like they were very hateful based on that fact. You know, I'm more so the type that just doesn't prefer them, and that's the message. If you're not into black men, you're not into them, right? That's their platform. That's what they want to do on their platform. Your platform is for colorism. I do think if you pay attention, I guess you could say both channels are about complaining about something, but yours is for some reason just more hateful and angry in my experience. Um, that's just my experience. It seems like they seem to be more of the mentality that they'll talk about the dangers and wanting the safety of black women. This is the idea of actually favoring black women in their, perspective. Yours is actually not favoring black women because your message is against most black women. So your followers become against most black women, while their followers have a sympathetic perspective towards black women. You have to understand the stories they talk about with femicide, black femicide. Many of these black women have chosen black men, and these are victims. So they are put in a sympathetic view, even though, of course, they pile on mammies, the living ones. But the dead ones, they actually do have some sympathetic view towards them. That means that the black women have a sympathetic view, while you have a different view of black women on average. So then your audience is more hateful to most black women, you know. And I've already gone through this. Dark skinned black women, by your standards, is anyone darker than Kelly Rowland, which means that you basically have a perspective and expressive perspective towards your following and your followers to not support the image of most black women, because most black women are lighter than Kelly Rowland. So most black women are either brown skin or light skin, not dark skin. I mean, if you put us together, we're way more of our population than yours. I mean, we don't even have to do that. We could just talk about brown skinned women. There's way more brown skinned women than dark skinned women. This is why your platform becomes toxic to black women. So that's what I have to say on there, where you're saying that there's more anger. I think actually there's more anger on your side, honestly, as far as your followers. Now, also, one other thing I wanted to say was you were saying that if black women who are divested say negative things about the way dark skinned black men look, that means they feel this way towards dark skinned black men. I'm here to tell you that's not how I feel. I feel like dark skinned black men look like women. And I feel like dark skinned black women look like women. Sometimes I think the eyes are a bit too far apart. But other than that, to me, that's not even specific to dark skinned black women. That's just a feature that some black women have. And that's a more cultural thing, because if you pay attention to different tribes in Africa, different things are seen as ideal. And in America, sometimes we kind of just mix it all together, but we don't realize we have different features among our families. So, anyway, my point is with black women, I never think that they look badly in that regard at all. I don't see why I would if I see that black men have feminine features. Now, I know you don't understand that I would see dark skinned black men as feminine because you've always seen dark skinned black women as masculine. But personally, I don't think you're masculine at all. I think that you have, full lips, high cheekbones, full, round, soft nose. And it can be from the side, certain tribes. It depends on the tribe. But some tribes have it where the septum is perfectly shaped from the side. Anyway, and you have almond shaped eyes, they're very exotic, feminine, you know, brow ridge is soft, chin is soft, jaw is soft, round, forehead, so forth. You guys have very feminine features, and then, your darker skin does make you look more feminine. Um, let's just be honest. I mean, like when it comes to like body hair and stuff, you can't see it that well on darker skinned people, you know. So this is an advantage for you guys, and it is an advantage for dark skinned black women. So I've never thought that dark skinned black women were masculine or, you know, unattractive in those regards. There's some things that darker skinned people have, I will admit, that are not, that I'm not used to. But that actually applies to white people too. I mean, like I've said other things with white people that I'm not used to. But as far as like looks and like thinking that dark skinned black men are feminine and unattractive, that means that dark skinned women are unattractive. That would be if I just thought that the features were ugly. But I don't necessarily think they're ugly. They just look like soft, round, weak features, kind of. And females benefit from soft, weak features, feminine features, you know. Um, they do. So it's like, to me, I don't really understand why I would think that that's less ideal, you know? I think you guys need to make the best of what you have, you know? And what you have isn't bad, you know? If you ask me, you know, how I feel about certain people, you know. I mean, if you were asking me like about Asian women or something, I would have more negative things to say, but not personally to black women, you know. Even dark skin, light skin, brown skin, I don't know, any color. To me, I just don't see it, you know. But my point is in this video is that I just don't see specifically how you guys try and say that if you have a negative feeling towards dark skinned men than you do towards dark skinned women. This is a common view, it seems like, of some black women who like black men feel basically towards black women who aren't attracted to black men, especially if we're lighter skinned. And I don't mean light skin. When I say lighter skinned, that means lighter than dark skinned people. Brown skinned women are lighter skinned because they're lighter than dark skinned people, you know. But especially if you're lighter skinned, and you don't prefer dark skin, they feel like they're somehow rejected. And it's like, it's got nothing to do with you because you're a woman. I mean, it might have to do with one thing. Like she was pointing out that dark skinned women look the same, or dark skinned men look the same as dark skinned women. And I'll say that, yeah, that can be contributing to it because as a woman, why would I be attracted to dark skinned women? You know what I mean? And if someone looks like a woman of any race, I wouldn't be attracted to them. You know, but that goes back to dark skinned black men. It doesn't really actually affect, you know, how you actually feel about dark skinned black women. So that's all I have to say in this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day. Bye, guys.